Good day my fellow Warhammer 40k nerds, Rogue Trader is finally here. And in this video we are checking out all of the unique features and abilities available to the Assassin Archetype. Now, let's get nerdy. In Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, Assassins are stone cold killers, with a keen eye for identifying a target's weaknesses and then focusing on exploiting those weaknesses, dealing maximum damage in order to eliminate them from the battlefield. In order to select the Assassin Archetype at level 16, your Rogue Trader will need to have started its journey as either a warrior or an operative. This is quite an important consideration as these starting archetypes play very differently, and as such will ultimately influence your Assassin's playstyle and capabilities. Generally speaking, though the Assassin abilities available to be selected do lean more into a melee focused build, whereas if you're planning on building a more range-oriented character, the synergistic options available are a bit more limited. Right from the get-go, when you spec into the Assassin Archetype, you gain access to the Assassin's Keystone feature, Seek the Opening, a passive ability that lets your Assassin spot an opening or a chink in the armor on enemy combatants. Every time your Assassin strikes an opening during combat, they deal an additional 10% of the target's max wound damage. During combat, your Assassin can also mark additional openings by activating the Aim for the Opening ability. Activating this will see your Assassin choose an enemy within their line of sight and mark an additional opening on that enemy that can then be exploited in order to deal additional damage or inflict an additional status effect. During the 20 levels that you will spend in the Assassin Archetype, you will gain access to 3 different archetype abilities, and you will be able to choose from one of 6 available options at levels 17, 22 and 30. These Assassin Archetype abilities are Death Whisper, Elusive Shadow, Poise to Strike, Dance Maab, Killing Edge and Fainting Attack. Before we get into the Assassin Archetype abilities proper, let's have a quick look at a modifier that is unique to the Assassin called Lethality. An Assassin's Lethality is equal to its dodge or reduction bonus, whichever is highest. And as the name would suggest, it is an expression of how lethal your Assassin is. There are multiple of the Assassin Archetype abilities that uses Lethality, in most cases modifying the total damage output potential from activating that ability. Death Whisper is up first, which lets your Assassin make a free attack which does not restrict your Assassin's movement, however comes at the disadvantage of only dealing 25% of the normal damage. The benefit however of Death Whisper is if this attack is successful, it inflicts the hemorrhage condition on that target, which in effect lets them bleed out each and every turn for an amount of damage equal to your lethality score divided by 10. Next is the Elusive Shadow ability, which upon activation de-aggroes your Assassin. Great for when you've dealt a huge amount of damage within a turn and want to ensure that most of the attacks coming back are not focused on your Assassin specifically. Additionally, your Assassin can also move through enemy spaces, gains a boost to their dodge and dodge reduction, as well as their damage output equal to 10%, and all half cover provides an Assassin with 50% more cover efficiency. The buffs however gained by activating the Elusive Shadow ability are removed after you make your first attack. When activating the Poise to Strike ability, your Assassin selects a target, decreasing their armor by a percentage equal to 2 times your Assassin's agility bonus, as well as that target's deflection bonus equal to your Assassin's perception or intelligence bonus. Furthermore, if there is only one enemy adjacent to your Assassin at the time of activating Poise Strike, you gain a bump to your dodge equal to 2 times your Assassin's agility bonus. Whereas if there are no enemies adjacent to your Assassin, then you gain a dodge reduction bonus percentage equal to 2 times your perception or intelligence bonus until the end of your next turn. Next up is Dance Maab, which sees your Assassin weave through the enemy lines, dodging attacks as they go. Upon activation of Dance Maab, you select a cell equal to 1 plus your agility bonus divided by 2 in a straight line. Your Assassin will then sprint to that location, with an increase to its dodge of a percentage equal to 2 times your assassin's agility bonus. Any successful attacks of opportunity you are still unable to dodge has their damage reduced by your weapon skill bonus. If your assassin is running into cover however, and also doesn't dash through any enemies in the process of getting to that cover, you will also gain an additional cover efficiency of 2 times your assassin's perception or intelligence bonus, whichever is bigger. When activating the fainting attack ability, your assassin's next single target attack suffers a minus 50% armor penetration ability but doesn't go below 0, as well as adds 10 to your lethality score. If this attack is a melee attack, that target is spun around 180 degrees, losing its dodge and parry against your assassin's attacks until the start of the enemy's next turn. If your fainting attack was ranged however, that target is forced to move 3 cells away from your assassin, and this forced movement does provoke attacks of opportunity. The Killing Edge ability allows the target of your next attack to try and dodge out of the way of your incoming strike, increasing their dodge ability by 40%. However, if this attack lands, it deals an additional amount of damage equal to your lethality score divided by 7. Further, if that attack also hits an opening, your assassin deals an additional amount of damage of a percentage equal to its lethality score. So this is a little bit of a risk and reward type of tactic, but if it lands, it is deadly. At character level 19 or assassin level 4, you gain access to its ultimate ability, in Dispatch. Upon activation of the Heroic Act version of Dispatch, your assassin makes an attack that is guaranteed to hit, dealing an additional 50% damage and 25% for each and every wound that is missing. Furthermore, for this attack, your assassin's dodge reduction, armor penetration, and parry reduction is doubled. The Desperate Measures version of Dispatch, however, also sees your assassin suffer double damage until the end of the combat. So think very carefully before activating this, only useful in dire situations. As per usual, you can upgrade your assassin's ultimate ability at level 27 and 35, and there are 4 different options to choose from. The first of which lets the target of your dispatch lose half of its current armor and deflection. The second upgrade option deals additional damage equal to 45% of that target's missing wounds instead of the normal 25%. The third upgrade option lets your assassin gain temporary wounds equal to their lethality score divided by 15 each and every time it makes a successful hit on an opening. For the fourth and final upgrade option, if your assassin kills the target of dispatch, all of the enemies within a 3-cell radius around the dispatch target gains 2 stacks of the disturbed effect, suffering a minus 20 penalty to their willpower and fellowship until the end of the combat encounter. Furthermore, these enemies must also pass an agility resistance test, and on a failed save, they also suffer a minus 20 penalty to their weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength, toughness, and agility scores. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a like, subscribe to the channel, and stay nerdy.